Hi, I am Gabriel Dirksen, and this is my EDL 853 Module 1, my personal intro. About me, I've been married 4 years to my beautiful wife, Lori Dirksen. Some of my hobbies I enjoy are hunting and fishing. Here's a buck I shot back in 2014. I'm originally from Sterling, Kansas. I went to high school and college there. Played football in college, and now I'm at lacrosse. I've lived in lacrosse for 7 years. I'm an elementary education teacher. I teach fifth and sixth grade math and science. I co-op with another teacher, and she does reading and writing and grammar. So we kind of split there, and then we each teach our own social studies. I've done 6 years of coaching. I have helped coach football. I'm the head middle school coach, and I help with the high school um, girls basketball high school assistant. I've done that and recently just handed over to my wife. I also am on the DLT committee, and so we're meeting for that for the KISA licensure. I'm a city employee during the summer. I like to get out and do something different, and so I mow and weed eat for the city, and kind of helps me be active after teaching and being inside all school year. So that's something fun I do. I have, am from a large family. I'm one of five siblings. I have four siblings. Um, I have an older sister, two younger sisters, and my little brother. I have three grandparents that are living, and my wife also has three living grandparents. We used to go on family vacations when we were kids, always went skiing over spring break. And then we always went somewhere over the summer to this national park, and then had some fun sightseeing on the way. My dad is the superintendent of schools at Dodge City. My mom's a special education teacher. My sister is a sixth grade teacher in Dodge. She's a high school teacher in Dodge. My oldest sister, Randy, is here. She's a ER nurse at Wesley. And my little brother here works for Coet Construction down in Lake Charles, Louisiana. So mainly rooted in education, but we are kind of all over the board. So move on to the module project. Was all about an inclusive culture and what an administrator's role might look like, and what is an inclusive culture. In an inclusive culture, each student can and will learn and succeed. Each student has a role, and it's crucial that as educators and administrators that we pull that out of each and every student. Diversity enriches us all, and students at risk can overcome the risk for failure through involvement in a thoughtful and caring community of learners. Each student has a unique contributions to offer to other learners. That's why collaboration is key among students and staff. Each student has strengths and needs. We all have something we rely on. We all have a strength, and we all have weaknesses. That, but other students can help build up our weaknesses, and we can help build up other people's weaknesses with our strengths. So using those effectively is key. Effectively learning results from the collaborative efforts of everyone working to ensure each student's success. That is what an inclusive culture would be. The leader's role. As an administrator, it is our job to empower students and educators, to make sure students that know that they have a purpose, and they are that school has a reason and will help them in life. Making connections. It is key as educators and as administrators that we make connections with our staff and with the students that are in our school. Making those connections will help reap the benefits elsewise in the classroom. Once you learn to make a connection with the students and the students you're teaching, it'll help you tremendously. Be visible. As an administrator, I think that is a key in an inclusive culture, that you're just not sitting in your desk and barking orders to teachers and barking orders to students, that you're in the classroom, in the trenches, doing the work, in the lunchroom, seeing kids before school, seeing them all times throughout the day, to make sure that you know that they care about you and you can see them doing something good. Not all kids might find their strengths in the classroom. Some kids might find their strengths in music, might find their strengths in PE, or at recess. And so making sure you're seeing all the kids in their elements that would be helpful. Ask for help. If teachers need help and resources, I mean, use other things. Don't reinvent the wheel, so to speak. Use what we got, and don't be afraid to ask for help, because we all need help at some point. Collaborative learning for staff and students. That is a huge emphasis in my life. I think like leaning on others for help is key. If you're a second grade teacher and you have a lesson that went well, show the other second grade teachers. If you're in a classroom and teaching, have students collaborate together, have students work together. You never know what those outcomes might be. And as an educator, as an administrator of educators, you need to monitor the expectation. Make sure teachers are making those connections. Make sure teachers are showing that each student is worthy to be in their classroom. And that will help build a inclusive culture. My point of view on inclusive culture is everyone has a voice. Every role is equally important. I mean, it takes all kind of people to make the world go round. So making that important in your classroom and showing that there is no one to be left out will be huge in installing that inclusive culture in your building. Set goals, district goals, set goals in a building. Make sure we're all on the same page of the culture that we want our building to reflect to students, to parents, to staff, to the community. What if there isn't an inclusive culture? The first thing you have to do, you have to be that positive change. As an administrator, it is your job to head that up and start being that change that we want to see. Have a staff meeting. Let all staff members, paras, aides, lunch staff, teachers, counselors know that we are trying to make this a positive culture within our school, and it will happen. Just change the culture. Be willing to stick your neck out there and try something new. And once again, be present in administration. Showing that you appreciate the janitors, you appreciate the kitchen staff, you appreciate the paras just as much as you appreciate your assistant principal and your secretary. Make sure you're showing that you have an inclusive culture as an administrator is huge. Negative assumptions. Squash negative rumors immediately. Don't let those even come about. If you hear teachers talking amongst them, and I mean, like saying, Johnny, yeah, he really struggles in the classroom. Make sure that isn't happening within your building, and make sure you're letting everybody know that everybody does have a purpose. All students have a purpose and something to contribute. Make sure you're stapling that into your teachers, and they know that. And just be a role model. Just everywhere you're going and being visible as an administrator, make sure that they see you having a good relationship, interacting with others, making sure everybody knows that they are worthy and that they can do it. So that's some things I think would be very important of having a inclusive culture and what the role looks like in administration. Here are my references, and I am looking forward to learning from all of you during this course. And thank you.